Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be unveiling and checking out a brand new professional camera that a company named CAF sent me. Now this camera is supposed to revolutionize the way we film 3D and VR content. Now they recently just finished their Kickstarter campaign in early August, and early bird reservations have already started to ship. Now in this box is a prototype that they sent me about a month and a half ago that I've been testing out and playing around with. So stay tuned and we'll check out what mysterious camera is stored in this carrying case and talk about what it means for you if you decide you want to reserve and buy one for yourself. Okay, so before we unveil the amazing camera that's in this carrying case, CAF did send this camera out to me about a month and a half ago to test out and share with you my experience. Now over that period of time, I took it with me on a number of different trips, and I gotta say that I'm pretty impressed with the technology and the camera itself. Now this is a prototype, so there may be some improvements and changes which might be different in the final version of this camera, which is now available to order on cafglobal.com. Now I think it's pretty safe to say that this isn't the same packaging that the retail version of this camera is going to ship in. But I do appreciate that CAF did send me the prototype in this waterproof Pelican carrying case. It made it a whole lot easier to transport both the camera and the accessories around without having to worry about anything getting wet, damaged, and even lost. So with that in mind, I am super excited to share with you this all-new VR180 camera from CAF. So in the carrying case came a cloth to wipe off the lenses, which came pretty helpful, especially because I did take this to the beach and there was a lot of sand. So I am glad that that was included. You'll also get a USB-C type of cable, which allows you to connect this to a hardwired network. Now I did not use this, but it's something that's super useful to have, especially if you're planning to transfer the files from the camera directly to your network storage or even upload it to the internet. Now in addition to that, they also did send me this USB SD card reader, which allows you to transfer files off the SD card onto USB-C or USB 3 devices. So that was also super helpful. And it is a pretty solid looking little transfer dongle. Now along with that, you also do get your USB-C to USB-C charging cable, which you use to charge and even transfer files if you're plugging it directly into your PC or any kind of device. There was this little battery case holder, which is for the battery to protect the battery itself. And then of course you also do get this USB-C charging adapter as well, which you plug the USB-C cable to. Now onto the camera itself. So I did find that it was a little difficult to pull the camera out of this, but again, this is not the final packaging you'll probably receive. And I was always nervous about scratching or putting fingerprints all over the lens, but then again, it does come with a cleaning cloth, so that came useful. Okay, so this is the camera itself. And the first thing I noticed about this camera was the weight. It's super heavy and has a lot of weight to it, which means that there's a lot of hardware built into the camera itself. It's also got two lenses with two lens covers, which, you know, of course, came in handy, especially being in this carrying case. On the back, you've got this LCD screen, which allows you to see what you're filming real time. Now, I'm not going to talk about the camera specs right now, but overall, the first thing you'll notice is definitely the weight. Again, this is CAF's VR180 professional 3D camera with emphasis on the word professional. So it's not your typical consumer level camera, which explains its price point, which we'll talk about later in this video. And because of that, unlike most 360-degree cameras that produce one-dimensional images and videos, this camera captures footage as if you were looking at the world using human eyes with true-to-life depth. And that's all thanks to a combination of the dual premium 34mm customized fisheye lenses and dual Sony CMOS sensors. This combination of hardware gives you a wide viewing angle and the amazing clarity and precision that you can expect from Sony hardware. Now, just to clarify the VR and 3D capabilities of this camera. This is not a 360-degree camera. and it can only capture up to 185 degrees of wide-angle footage, which is how us normal human beings experience the world around us. This allows you to relive your experiences as if you were still there. This camera can capture photos at up to 8K resolution and 6K resolution for video, which means this camera can capture high quality and incredibly sharp footage. Now, as I pointed out before, the camera itself has an amazing 3.5-inch touchscreen on the back, which allows you to review footage real-time, ensuring that you're framing and capturing the best footage possible. Now, the screen itself is amazingly clear and big enough so you can clearly see every detail that you're filming. Now, just to take a step back to the footage and the quality of the images that this camera captures. The camera itself can capture 6K footage at 50 frames per second and 4K 3D footage at 60 frames per second. It can also take 180-degree 3D VR photos, videos, and even live stream using CAF's app or other social media applications when connected to the internet. Now, aside from being able to live stream directly from the camera itself, the camera is equipped with its own app that offers a seamless user experience and allows you to edit your content real-time on the camera itself. In fact, using the software on the camera itself, you can also connect and upload your content directly to CAF server and VR Metaverse, which should soon be available. This not only allows you to share your content with other users in that metaverse, but it also allows you to connect and even collaborate on a lot of different material. So that's something that at the time of filming, I did not have access to, but by the time you see this video, it should be available. Now, what's also nice and something that I found super convenient is the battery life, which should allow you to record up to 1.5 hours on a single charge. In addition to that, the 1650 milliamp hour battery that this camera uses is actually the same battery that is used in any Canon DSLR camera. Now, what that means is anyone who has a Canon DSLR, like myself, does not need to worry about buying additional batteries and chargers, because you can use those Canon DSLR cameras in this camera. That alone makes this a super convenient camera to have. Now, I know I've been talking a lot about the specs for this camera and just how good it is, but here in the footage that you see here is an example of footage that I captured on a recent cruise that we went on. What you'll notice in the footage is how clear and how nice the image quality is, and just how stable the camera is. Now, the true power behind this camera and its capability, again, is the dual 34mm customized fisheye lenses, which allows the camera to collect an abundant amount of light and record detailed footage. It also allows it to collect an accurate replication of the human eye's perspective. Now, you're probably thinking, and I agree, that the footage itself that I'm posting in this video is a little hard to make out because of the dual fisheye lens. But what I'll do is I'll link some converted footage that I captured in the description section below, which you can also check out. Now, if you have them handy, or even if you don't, there are also some mini VR glasses that allow you to transform your cell phone into a VR headset and a viewer without the need for a separate VR headset. However, they don't come with this package, and you probably have to download them or purchase them yourself, unless you've already got existing VR headsets that you can use to review your footage. You can also go online and convert your 3D footage into 2D footage, which you can then view on your computer or any application or desktop that you might have handy. Now, what's also nice, and something that you may have noticed in the sample footage, is that this camera has a built-in stereo microphone, which is amazingly clear and powerful. And again, you might have heard that in some of the examples that I shared in this video. Now, in addition to the camera itself, you do also get a lot of different input and output connectors on the camera itself. So you've got several different USB-C type connectors on it that allows you to both charge the device, connect it to external accessories and peripherals, flash devices and controller devices, as well as a microphone jack in here for you to connect a microphone, external microphone. You do also have several options from a mounting perspective to either mount this vertically either way or horizontally on the top or bottom. So several different things that you can do with this camera and position it in different ways. Now, when it comes to setting up the camera and even adjusting the settings, The display on the back of the camera again is super clear, and navigating through the different menus, options, and settings is super easy and intuitive. You've got so many different options when it comes to adjusting and setting up this camera. Those settings and options do make this a super professional camera. And that brings me back to the topic of not only the professionalism, but the price point. Currently, the price for this amazing camera is $2,100, which I think is an amazing price for what you get. And if you use my link in the description section below, you can get an additional $100 off your order. That purchase price also includes peace of mind because you do get lifetime customer service as well as a 1-year warranty on the camera itself. Now for that price, the basic package comes with the camera itself, a storage bag, a lens cleaning cloth, a Type-C to Type-C USB cable, a 64 gig SanDisk SD card, a charging block, as well as the battery, and then of course the lens caps, which is pretty standard for most cameras. Now overall, even though this is a prototype, I've been pretty amazed over the past month at the quality of this camera. I'm actually sad that my time with this camera is coming to an end because I will have to send this back to CAF. But I am excited because I'll soon be getting the retail and final version that I ordered on my own. That means I'll get to test a production version of this camera out and see how much different it is from this prototype. That also means I'll get to test out any improvements that CAF has made so that I can share that with you in a future video. Now with that in mind, you'll probably see an updated video from me when I review the retail version of this camera and talk about any changes and improvements that I find. Now in my month with this camera, I didn't find anything that I hated about the camera, except for the fact maybe that this thing isn't waterproof. But then again, I'm not sure I'd want to take something like this in the water. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Again, if you want one of these for yourself, please support this channel by using my link in the description section below. That link will give you an additional $100 discount on your order. Please also like and subscribe if you like this content, and also ring that bell icon to get notified when I post a follow-up video, or any videos for that matter. Until next time, we'll see ya.